Are you going places or left behind because you don't have a travel companion? Listen to how you can travel more independently. Dr. Travel Best will bring you the best answers, tips, and hear mistakes so you can benefit.
Welcome to Dr. Mary Travel Best's Independent Travel Guide. This is for women who travel, who want to travel, and especially for those who want to travel independently. What's on your bucket list? I'll help you get there, and I'll respond to your travel questions as well as share my mistakes and missteps in travel because I've made just about every mistake and you don't have to. I wrote and published the best-selling book, CD, and website, The World's First Guide to Independent Travel. And since 1993, I've been running a marketing business, raising 4 children with my husband, and been a university professor while traveling. These travel experiences are tools that I want to share with you to make yours the very best trip, like Travel Best. In this episode, the FAQ is how to keep food and meal costs low when you're traveling. The destination is Santa Fe, New Mexico. The mistake is almost causing havoc on the road, and my travel advice is to travel or not to travel on a holiday. So the advice on how to keep food or meal costs low while traveling is this. Go to club stores like Sam's and Costco that let you buy in bulk. So if you're on a trip where you can bulk up, do so right away. For example, you may need to get a case of bottled water, especially in a foreign country. You may find that the club stores have really great pricing on bulk water, other beverages, and even staples like peanut butter and jelly. We get our gas there too and save time. Get there before it opens. So another tip is to go to the back of the grocery store first. That's where the real deals are, not in the front. And here's some eating tips. Eat a large breakfast, or even better, get the breakfast included with the room, such as in a lot of hotel chains or Airbnb type places. Another tip is to make the big meal of the day either breakfast or lunch, and then you won't be so hungry for dinner when the prices for a meal are normally a lot higher. So when you do eat out, you can ask for a doggy bag and get a second meal already. Most restaurants serve too much food anyway, or you can share a meal with a friend. So you can purchase easy-to-eat items like bananas, apples, and pears for low costs. You can also ask the locals, where do they eat and drink? They normally know the best values, and this is a more authentic experience, which you'll prefer anyway. So today's independent destination is Santa Fe, New Mexico. I visited in the fall of 2019, and although I didn't go there, I heard that the airport was very small, with no real services to offer. But I did hear and saw movie stars all over the city. This is the place to go. It's the place to hang out. You can take a walk along the river. Yes, it's the Rio Grande. And there's lots of parks in the downtown area that I strolled around. And restaurants, you can find any imaginable food here. And there's also lots of tourists. I found a store that I liked called the Travel Bug. It's in the Paseo de Peralta. I browsed all of the travel books and bought a map because you always need maps, right? The plaza is where the center of the city meets. Lots of souvenir shops and churches you'll find here. You'll also find authentic stores and art galleries like Canyon Road, Highway 285, Old Pecos Trail, the Old Santa Fe Trail. And what else is nearby? Well, Albuquerque is just over an hour away. I took the Turquoise Trail. Yes, it's a tourist trap, but I kind of enjoyed it. And if you do happen to be there in October, the first weekend is the wonderful hot air balloon celebration. This is really a hot spot in the USA for retirees. Today's mistake is driving a car with a chain holding the gas tank. Yes, I could have caused a disaster. Let me tell you about it. It was a giant mistake for me. I filled up my gas tank for a long trip from Chicago to Ohio, and that tank of gas must have been too much for my full car, my 65 Chevy station wagon that cost me $50. So I was on the Kennedy Expressway in the reversible lanes, and my rear view mirror had sparks flying from my car. So I dragged it a while, but stopped as soon as I could and pulled over, and thankfully there was no fire. But before I knew it, there were 9 emergency vehicles that came to the rescue, and no one was hurt. They towed my car, the gas tank was re-welded back on that car, and I drove it for another year or so. But what a memory was that. Today's travel advice. Should you travel on the holidays or stay home? Wherever you find yourself with the best deal for travel and a place to stay is ideal. It's good to avoid the crowds and rushing of the airport, especially on the Sunday night after Thanksgiving. Now, one of my travel buddy friends, Joe Balsamo Wood, said this: I've gone on vacation over Christmas, and I've really enjoyed getting away from the hubbub, going to beautiful churches, seeing other traditions, and she highly recommends it. Today, I want to bring meaning to your travel. Thanks for sharing this edition of the world's first guide to independent travel with your girlfriends. And if you want to know more, just search for Dr. Mary Travel Best and you'll find me everywhere. Please send me your travel questions so I can help you and help others too. And I'm looking for you to travel best. So go ahead and let me know what's on your bucket list.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travel Best, that is.